welcome to the podcast. This is Two Idiots Drink Vodka and Talk about the Canucks and other things hockey related. We are your hosts. I'm Daniel Kadokas.
And I am Chris Rhodes. And cheers, Dan.
Yeah, cheers, buddy. Gotta get a little vodka clinking thing.
Yeah, we'll add that in. But
Anyways, yeah. So, what are your general thoughts on kind of the roster change from last year to this year?
honestly, man, I think they're a better team this year than they were to start last year. And I've heard a lot of shit. Yeah, the defense maybe isn't as good as they were at the end of last year with Zadorov. But I think they're better than they were going into the season last year, going into this year, personally. And I think the forwards, I think we're better off in the forward group. I think DeBrusque is a huge upgrade on the fucking
Lindholm there.
no Banana Man.
Oh, Kuzmenko. Yeah.
Kuz.
Because the Kuzmenko experiment there, like he was, hot in his first season, 25% shooting percentage, which nobody thought that was going to be sustainable anyways, which last season proved clearly was not.
Yeah.
So no, I think Jake DeBrusk is going to be huge. I mean, I watched a bit of that preseason game there, or most of it, the other night, and like he looked good. He had great chemistry with PD. I think that's going to be a solid line, and he's going to be that winger that PD's been needing desperately for the last couple of years.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. He's needed somebody top. I mean, he's had Besser, but the way him and Miller have been just clicking, you can't separate them up. You can't break them up.
Absolutely. I think like if your top two lines have two guys that have chemistry and that third guy can kind of rotate in and out, pending injury, pending whatever, but still be an effective line, then like that is your best case scenario. And I think we're going to see that from the Canucks this year for sure.
Yeah, and it looks like they want that Danton Heinen to be in there with Miller and Besser, right? And I think he's an improvement. I know you love the Pizza Man, but I think he is an improvement on him.
Oh, I mean, 6'2", Langley, BC, shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be excellent fit there too for sure.
Yeah.
And then I mean, I guess we'll see. So you're thinking Heinen's gonna play with Bessie and Miller?
That's where he's been lining up. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I guess who do you slot in with PD and DeBrusk there?
That's what I don't know. I think that might be Sprong.
Yeah, it's kind of last game they had him lined up there, and again, big body. I mean, I do love Hoglander, and I think that he's got the potential to step it up. And he's got obviously some chemistry with PD, but that line seemed to just struggle last year. Maybe it's just that third never really clicked or what, but I mean, I'd love to see him take it to the next level here and basically be a permanent fixture on that line.
That would be awesome, I think, if he can do that as well. I think he looks pretty good with Connor, though, down on the third line. At least from what I've seen, he's been pretty good.
That's very true, and I mean, Hog's a left wing, and so is DeBrusk, so it's like one of the guys is going to have to play on their offside, which isn't ideal.
Yeah.
Whereas, I mean, Sprong's a natural right winger, and so is Garland. So, it'd be good.
Yeah, and I think Sprong's going to be a better fit than Garland ever will be with Pettersson as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm thinking that...
I honestly don't know what happens to Hoglander, though, once old One Nut's back in the lineup, once he's healthy enough, stitches have healed.
Well, that's it. I mean, like, you'd hate to see him drop down to the fourth line, but, I mean, we'll see what happens.
I mean, that's a good problem to have, right? Like, a guy like Hoglander deserves to be better than fourth line, but...
Yeah, shit, her depth is, like, unreal this year.
Yeah.
I mean, we got Pie Suter, who's injured right now. He's obviously gonna be on... I mean, what are we paying that guy, $5 million or something? So he's probably going to be in the lineup, and then... Like Sherwood, he's a good big body. I mean, he was already getting under guys' skin in that Edmonton game, which I love to see.
Yeah,
he's kind of that player that you hate to play against, but you love to have him on your team.
Yeah, exactly. PK specialist too, right? So he's going to be out there playing those minutes, which is good, right? They don't. That's one less guy. That's one less thing that somebody like Miller or Besser or Petey have to worry about, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. And I mean, maybe I don't know. I'd love to see Ratty try and become a permanent fixture on the lineup too. But again, that's just like to that point of we got so much depth. That's a good problem to have. That you got players that are fighting for a for a spot on the lineup.
Let's
Like
be
not
honest.
not even to mention Amon and
Yeah.
Baines and those guys, right?
Yeah. Well, and I think I think most likely Baines will be sent back down. I think Ratu will be as well. But I really liked what I was seeing in here, and for just from his face-off game, the way he can win on both sides, and he's become a really strong face-off guy. And for someone like that to be working with Manny Malhotra, fuck yeah, sign me up.
Yeah, no, I mean I think our development staff is like an A1 at this point. Yeah, I mean, like you're saying, I think our forward group in general is stronger than it was last year for sure. Obviously, it's on the back end where there's potential concerns. Like I mean, I think Darnay is gonna fill Zadorov's boots just fine. I mean, fuck, he's a big boy, 6'7", 200 some odd pounds. Like he's gonna throw his weight around. And I mean, I think just in general, like our defense is pretty sizable. I mean, Forberg, big pickup. He's 6'4".
Yeah,
Susie's a big body, 6'5". Myers 6'8".
He's the small guy of the group, right? Like,
Well, I mean, it's good because like you pair those guys up. I mean, obviously you're probably not going to break up Hughes and Hronik for your number one pair, but then like your shutdown pairs for 2 and 3, like watch out, they're going to be running people over night in and night out.
Yeah, I mean, and it sounds like that kid that they just picked up too. Like he sounds to be like a bit more of a puck moving defenseman. He's still I don't think he's small either. I don't think he's that small.
I'm actually just on the roster page. I guess he's 5'10", 185, so smaller, but never know. He might have some good puck handling skills, get it out of the zone, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like he's kind of not had I mean, obviously, to be trading him for Tucker Pullman, for basically an LTI guy.
Yeah,
Colorado isn't seeing much in him, but
no, and I mean I think that was a good move on our end because that clears up that cap space right off the bat, right? Rather than having to wait until trade deadline to maximize on his LTI hit there.
Exactly. I think from what I understand, it puts him under the LTI, so it puts them under the cap limit, which means they're actually accruing cap throughout the season. So expect moves. That's what I see.
Yeah.
I expect. I mean, we know with this with Alvin and Rutherford, right? Like they're gonna make moves, and that's sort of what I was saying about. You got to compare. I think you compare to the team at the start of this season to the team at the start of last season because I'm confident that they're not going to be the same team come the trade deadline and come the end of the year. I think there's going to be new faces.
Oh yeah, I mean, like unless the lines click and you see guys, some of the new guys really round out the team. But that's the thing when you bring a new guy in, is he could be a great player, but he might just not fit the system. And yeah, those guys have no problem with picking up a guy and then dumping him if things aren't going well, which is great.
Yeah, they're not attached to what they've done, but in the past, right? Like it's good to see it. It's so refreshing.
Oh, absolutely, man. Yeah, I think the only thing, and I don't even think it's a concern, but the one thing that'll keep us from maybe playing a solid, not that we wouldn't be playing a solid defensive game, but like we might not take as many risks as just with our current goaltending situation, which I mean, she loves, obviously he's super young, had a great short end of the season there for us, played amazing through the playoffs. Like I don't know, I feel like you got to throw him in as your 1A goalie right now. Just give the kid a chance, right?
Yeah,
and then I think you got Lanky backing him up, he was solid for Nashville, like hell.
Yep.
They're going to be competing for that spot until Demko's back.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the only difference is I think Lankinen's on a one-way and Sheloff's is on a two-way, right? So it makes it a little bit easier to put Sheloff's down and get him those number one starts in Abbotsford. But
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with that, but like, fuck, we got Lanky for peanuts. Like, I
yeah,
don't know how they managed to sign him for like basically a level entry contract.
because no one else is signing them.
Like,
Like, I don't know.
I
There's
guess,
the
but
market for
I
goalies
guess.
is it's a buyer's market right now. I guess I don't know, except for Boston. Eh, Boston, they got
Oh yeah, fuck, they forked up that money today. That's for sure.
yeah, they did
8.25 million there for
8 years or something, whatever it is,
8 years.
$66 million in total.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, I get it. Swayman's only 25, but like, I don't know. I always find those long-term goalie signings are just so fucking risky. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, we've felt that pain before as Canuck fans, and so have
yeah,
many other teams. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, the two biggest ones, right, were the Canucks and what was it, the Islanders.
oh, Di
That
Pietro
that
there, yeah,
15-year contract or whatever it was that
yeah,
they signed.
yeah. It's brutal.
You know. Yeah,
Well,
no,
I'm starting.
those scare me as well. Like because you just it's a long time. I mean, it's a scary deal for anyone. I'm more comfortable with like Hughes having signed a long deal like that. I think the Miller one's gonna age poorly, but loving the Miller
What
deal
you
right
really?
now.
You think so? I think. What did we sign it for? 7 mil?
I guess yeah,
7 mil
it's
a
really
year?
not bad. 7 or
Like,
7.5. Like yeah, you're right. Like
I,
as the cap goes
I don't
up,
know. So far, he is well exceeding his value,
yeah,
and even if he tapers off in like his latter years, I think we will have gotten the value out of him. Like,
yeah.
as much as Canucks fans were fucking bipolar on Miller, like let's be honest, they
Yeah,
went from
well,
fuck
I
this
mean,
bum, we hate him, to like, oh
Canucks
man,
fans are
Mill,
bipolar on a
Millsy,
good day.
Millsy baby. You know what I'm saying though, right?
Oh
It's
yeah,
like, I don't know. People were like ragging on him so hard when he had a shit season, and now he's had
yeah,
two fucking 100-point seasons. Well, sorry, one almost 100-point and
yeah.
another
I mean,
over 100-point
99,
season.
right? Oh, can't
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah. I can't call it 100, but
Yeah. No, he's awesome, man. He's as much as I love Hughes being the captain. I think Miller's he's the heart of the team, right? He's the lifeblood that makes it move. It sort of seems that way, you know.
I think just in general, like the teams got like they seem to click so much better than they have in previous years. Like, I know there was like a bit of like fucking whatever behind the scenes drama and shit that you don't see that was happening in the past, especially with like the old shitty management.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, like for example, what was it? I think like Forbert I was reading an article like when he no sorry Desharnais when he got brought over from Edmonton to the Canucks. I guess it was like, Joshua right away was like helping him get lined up with the car or something. Like, one of the other Myers there was like helping him get lined up with a place in town. Like, it just seems like there's that brotherhood, that camaraderie, and it's back. And it's like that's like
That's what you
they
need.
on
Yeah.
yeah, man. Like on paper, they don't have to be the best team, but like if you've got that kind of teamwork, that kind of dynamic, like you can beat the better teams just with that attitude.
Yeah. Well, and it's nice to see them be in a place where people want to actually go to, right? Like, there's been a long time since it's been that, and yeah, it's refreshing, man. It's worth staying up late to watch those games now.
Yeah, yeah. I don't envy you on the East Coast there. I'll tell you that much. But at least you haven't turned into a Toronto fan, so
Oh God, never.
respect. So,
That'll never happen. I mean, I'll watch them, but it's more amusing than anything. I'll be honest with you.
oh yeah, it's fun just watching their fans freak out. I think it was like after that one preseason loss where they had like most of their main lineup in, and they lost against, I don't know what it was, but right away the reporters are like, "So, should we press the panic button yet?" The new coach is like, "The fuck are you talking about?" It's like, "Welcome to Toronto, bud."
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, I'm getting a little bit thirsty here. Should we have ourselves a
Another little swig. Yeah, absolutely, man.
little swiggy here?
Cheers to not late loving Toronto.
Yeah. Cheers. Brought to you by our unofficial sponsor, Vodka.
Yeah. When we get a sponsor, we'll tell you what we're drinking.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, it should be good, man. I mean, what do you think for the week coming up? How do you think? How you think you're gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, are you talking fantasy now?
Yeah, let's go talk some fantasy.
Or are you talking?
Well, we can talk
some
Canucks
fantasy?
too, but I'd rather talk some fantasy.
Yeah, no, I mean, in general pretty happy with my lineup. I definitely was under the impression we're under a point system instead of category, just because of that initial when you're asking me to vet the categories you selected. But no, you know what? I'm pretty stoked on this year in general. Like one, I'm glad we upped the buy-in because that's gonna like encourage people to like not fucking give up halfway through the season. We'll still have to figure out what we want to do as a punishment there for whoever comes in last.
Do we? Is that the plan? Is to make there be a punishment for last place?
Fuck yeah, absolutely, man. Then that way, like, even if you're not gonna win, at least you don't want to come dead last.
Okay, all
Like
right.
some, nothing permanent, nothing like physically scarring or nothing that'll get you fired.
So no tattoos, no shaved heads, nothing like that.
No, I'm very much stoked for the season. Yeah, I think it kind of worked out well with Ethan's buddies there that we're looking for
Yeah.
we're looking for a league to jump into because like I can tell these guys are actually like serious about fantasy hockey versus some of our buddies that we had previous seasons, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm already seeing some preseason trades happening or pickups, I guess, free agency pickups.
Yeah.
Guys are obviously taking advantage of people listed day to day or whatever to get some extra plays. And I mean, like shit, I was looking like the guy that I'm facing off against right now. He's played 12 separate seasons and he's won 8 of them. So it's like, all right, cool. We've got some like actual competition this year. So yeah, it's going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah. That's the Finding Timo.
Yeah, I mean, what's that, sir?
Finding Timo.
Yeah, finding Timo. Yeah, I as a joke changed mine to the injured reserves.
Yeah.
And it's actually proving to be very true because already I got Brady Kachuk's injured, Sharankovic is injured. The one guy I picked up to cover for those guys from Boston or from Buffalo, he got injured last game. So I'm just like, fuck, it's already starting off bad. But that's the way of fantasy hockey. You just gotta roll with the punches.
Yeah, you never know, right? Like I don't have that going on. I really just all my guys are healthy. I picked up one guy, Williamson, I think it is.
Who's he play for?
Or sorry, Williamson.
Oh yeah, Carlson. Yeah, from Vegas there. Yeah.
Yeah, he's day to day, right? So we'll see. But if I put him in the lineup, I gotta knock somebody out. I'm pretty sure I know who I will, but we'll see. I was only able to pick him up because Nurse was listed as injured, and
then he got injured right away.
Well, no, he's healthy, right? Like he's back in the lineup. So he was injured at the beginning of the preseason, but was going to be ready for like the season opener. So that's why I picked him. I drafted him. Otherwise, I would have passed on him in the draft.
But gotcha. I see what you're saying. Yeah. No, I don't think Brady Kachuk's going to be injured. I'm just like I said, taking advantage of the system here and.
Yep.
Just trying to get some pickups here.
The only thing I didn't do was take advantage, I guess, of the early games with New Jersey, right, and get some easy points in there. So,
Yeah.
But it looks like Q only had one goalie that played that one of the 2 games. So, I'm feeling all right with it.
Is that yeah, because like I had Hughes and Heischer there who both put up some goals and assists there for me.
Nice.
I'm a little bit disappointed in Dahlin. I feel like Lindy Ruff is starting to favor Owen Power and Byram there over Dahlin. So I hope that's not his demise. But I mean, fuck, Dahlin's so solid that I'm sure he'll still get the minutes. Just he might kind of share the power play 1 spot now because you've got like 3 guys that could play at that point, right?
Yeah.
Which is good for them, but sucks for me.
Well, you got Morgan Riley. You should be all right.
Oh yeah, no, I mean when I draft, I obviously try and go with the intention that the guys are typically playing a power play 1 slot. Like I think the only people that I have that aren't actually no, everybody that I have plays on PP1. So Theodore's the only the only wild card there just because of Vegas and Hannafin, but I mean whatever.
Yeah, I kind of went very focused, like sort of positionally focused. So like all my forwards, I really like. I went with a focus on goals and assists and plus minus. Um,
Yeah.
like every single guy I've got is a plus player typically, and
Mm-hmm.
and then when it came to defense, because I think I only picked up one like offensive defenseman. Yeah, Adam
Yeah,
Fox.
and
And then the rest of them, I just basically went with like guys that just hammer the hits and take block shots and just try to get them playing and maxed out those two categories.
yeah, I mean, especially like with our setup, kind of as a, I don't know, is ours considered a bangers league?
I don't know, maybe.
I mean, anyways, no, I definitely, I always try and like pick up guys that are sort of like dual purpose, right? I mean,
Well, that's what
in two ways.
I was giving you
One
props
that they,
for Kachuk, right, for dropping down because you had a lot of guys on the table when you dipped for him for sure, but for the way our
I don't even
system,
know. I mean, I think he was projected, like his average draft was around 8, and like I had the 8th pick, so like he, I mean, was gonna target him anyways, like
yeah,
just because like I mean I don't know, he's young, I love his play, he fucking hits like a freight train, obviously. I mean, in some respects, a little too much, like a lot, preseason
breaking his
game
hand
there,
again
fucking
fist, yeah,
fucking
that
up
was
his hand
dumb.
like an idiot, but
Yeah.
like in terms of like that first round, like I mean, who did I pass over? Like I don't know. It felt weird picking up a defenseman. So like I passed over like Makar and Hughes. Uh, Panarin's like the only other name that I was kind of flip flopping, and then obviously his brother like Matthew. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I was pretty happy with that selection at 8, and then
Yeah.
Jack Hughes was kind of the one that I was like debating if I want to, just because it was obviously last season how injured he got, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I took the risk. I mean, fuck, he got 2 assists last night, so far so good.
Yeah,
Early
no.
season, but
But I mean, all
yeah,
around, I think he's gonna be he's gonna be more valuable. Like I think Panarin's gonna be good for you. Would have been good, and obviously Hughes would have been too. Um, but you're not gonna get the hits or the blocks out of them, right? Whereas like the Kachuk, you're gonna get goals, you're gonna get assists. He's gonna be solid with plus minus. You're gonna be getting hits
oh yeah,
and
oh he,
blocks. So
200 plus shots a season. Like
yeah,
yeah, he's the plus. Honestly, I always find with category, like when we have a category setup, I just kind of say fuck the plus minus. I target goals, assists, hits, and blocks, and then like if I get the shots, great.
yeah,
And then with the goaltending, I'm probably gonna do what I did last year and like have one of my third guys just be a bit of a rotating guy.
yeah,
Yeah, like I mean, obviously Ottinger's my keeper. We'll see if Wool keeps his starting spot. Stellaris has obviously played really well. I think it's Wool's net to lose, and then I picked up Tristan Yari just because, like, I mean, Pittsburgh might not get the wins, but they get peppered with shots, and
yeah,
like he might lose it to Nedjlikov or whatever his name is, but he's super young, so like I don't know, he'd really have to fuck up to get demoted to the backup.
yeah.
So I don't know. I went with the 3 goalies again this year. Just like I know we only have the 4 goalie stats, but like, yeah, I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna start with the 3 goalies and see how it goes.
Well, you got a better chance with the saves, right? Just by playing fielding more goalies. The wins can be a little
Oh
bit
yeah,
harder because you know, the 50-50 chance each game, sort of, so to speak, right?
yeah, no, 100%. Like yeah, like if you have more goalie starts, you have a better chance at wins. You have a better chance at the save category. The one thing I realized we did different than last year is we went back to goals against instead of goals against average.
Uh,
Which like I mean that's where the multiple starts you might almost like end up just automatically sewering yourself on goals against, but like fuck it, I'm always chasing the shutouts anyways for that that extra unicorn point.
fair enough.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean like fuck, I got 10 plays on the guy I'm against this week, so I sure shit better win. If I
Still,
don't, then I got some
I
problems.
thought he caught up to you a little bit, but I guess
Oh,
you've been making
he's
some
up
moves.
4-2. He's up 4-2 right now. ahead of me in goals, shots, hits, and blocks, but it's all like marginal by like one or two, right? So it's not, it's anyone's week still.
Yeah, so you got 8 games on him, right? I think he's got 30 left,
Yeah,
and you got yeah, 30, 38.
I got four. Yeah, I got 8 games left, but I have 10 overall for the week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
no, like I said, I got a pretty good shot here at winning my week.
Yeah, I had when I was looking at it yesterday. That's when I was like, ah, shit, I should make some moves, and because I had a couple guys that were, with just the way the line shook out and everything. Like, I think Matt Roy was only going to play 1 game the week, and I was like, I can do better than that, you know. And
yeah,
he's a plug.
I don't think there's any risk of somebody sniping him right away, anyways.
No, he's a plug. And
I realize there's no waiver wire either, so it's like once a guy gets dropped, he just goes straight to the free agency pool.
Yeah, so you can make swaps on the fly pretty quick, but that's also why the cap's in there as well, right? The total number of trades and all that stuff for pickups. Just because
yeah,
you can't be doing it every night sort of thing, right? Like you can, but that's only gonna get you halfway through the season.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, like I'm gonna try and cap myself at like 3 or 4 moves a week, and then that way I have enough for the 25 weeks. But yeah, and I mean, like if I know I'm gonna be beating a guy handedly, and I don't need to really risk dropping a guy just for extra plays, and I won't even bother, even if like I got a plug sitting there just taking up space.
Yeah.
The one other thing I did this season more than I ever did the last season was pick up guys that are multi-positional. I have every single one of my players except for 2 of them are multi-positional forwards.
It's a smart move, man. I didn't much. I really, like I said, I mean, I was looking at a number of factors, right? It was position, but it was also just their overall, right? Their overall shots, plus minus, hits, all that sort of stuff. I was trying to look at guys that kind of check all the boxes more than anything. But I mean, I got a couple, right? Like Pasta is obviously he's going to be a goal scorer, and
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Like
you can't pass over him. Like what did you draft him at 4?
I think it was 6.
Oh, 6. Okay, so he ended up dropping a little, but I mean, mind you, I guess Boston might not be as good this year, but
it doesn't mean Pasta's not going to be, right?
Oh, I know, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm perusing your team here. What's it going to take for me to get Petey from you?
I don't know, man. He's my only Canuck.
I know. That's the only reason I picked up DeBrusque. I was like, fuck, I need at least one Canuck player on the roster. And honestly, I think I got him like super late. I think I got him like 10th round or something, and I think he's going to end up being a steal. I hope.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be a steal for you. What I'm wondering is if we've got a good group this year, if we should turn this into like a rotating league or something like that.
Yeah, I would have to look into it. I don't know if you have to set it up at the start of the season, because like there's so like people get way into the fantasy hockey. Like you can set up like the dynasty league thing where you can keep say like 2 keepers, but they can't be from like the first 3 rounds, which is fair, right? You don't want somebody just like fucking hoarding McDavid year over year, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so you can have like 2 keepers from below the first 3 rounds, and then they even do like.
Maybe you do, and then you just offer them $100. Be like, hey, what's it gonna take? Little under the table deal.
Oh yeah, little shady shit. I've also seen like people do like for like rookies that are coming into the league, right? Like you can do like pickups for guys that are coming in, so you have them, first rights to those players, right? Like
yeah.
But yeah, like I said, that's a bit of a time commitment.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know how much I really want to put to that either. I'll be honest with you.
No, that's fair. I was surprised Sam Bennett went undrafted there.
Me too, actually. When I saw him there, I had a number of guys because I was kind of looking through and I was shopping, right? I was looking for games, but then I was also looking like, okay, what position can I put what time, and I don't know that he's going to be an everyday player. He might be, might not be. But
I mean, he might be. I mean, Trocheck was awesome last year, and
yeah,
you got Scheifele too, which he's pretty fucking consistent. So like having three just pure centers is is tough to make sure that those guys actually get played. But
yeah. Well, and having Carlson in there as well, right? When he gets healthy, like I'll be honest, I'll probably drop Frederick, even though he's got multi-positional, but he's kind of a plug.
yeah, he's like, I mean, he'll get your hits, that's for sure. He's definitely
Yeah,
he's a freight train, but yeah,
but I mean, I've also got
he plays
I've
his
got
third line.
Nurse, I've got Ekholm, I've got Pareko. You know, I've got some guys that ain't afraid to hit. Owen Tippett.
Yeah, Tippett, that was one that I was definitely eyeballing him.
Yeah.
Ended up I think you got him before I had the chance to draft, but yeah, Ehlers could be good. He had a bit of a bounce back after his injury there late last season, so he could be good for you. I see you went with your boy Binnington there.
Yep. You know why I went with him? I went with him because of shots. I was looking at all the goalies that were left, and he was the only one that had over 1,600 shots against him at the last year for what was left at that time. I was like, all right,
Well, yeah, because he
take the
plays
guy
like
that's going to
fucking
get
55
peppered.
games a year
Yeah,
or more.
not a winning record, but he'll get those shots.
No.
He'll get those saves, and he can pull out he can pull out a shutout from time to time.
Yeah, no, he's got it in him. He's unpredictable, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, and he had a good year last year. He did. He had kind of a renaissance year. We'll see, but you can't go wrong with Hellebuck either. I figure he's going to carry the load for me, I think.
Hellebuck's a beauty through the regular season. The playoffs, I mean, last playoffs, he obviously kind of tanked there, but it seems like the entire Jets team sort of folded. But
I can't believe how that happened, man. That was wild. They got steamrolled, kind of.
I mean, it's the abs, man. Like, you just can't count them out. They got that experience, right? Like,
Yeah.
Fuck, like it's. I thought on paper Jets were the better team and they were going to advance, but nope.
Yeah. Well, that's why they play the games, right? I mean, everyone was telling us Edmonton was going to walk all over Vancouver, and that clearly didn't happen.
Yeah, even with our third string goalie and
Yeah.
fucking all the injuries that we had, like.
I think Demko's the difference in that series. I really do. I genuinely don't think it even goes to 7 if Demko's starting.
Yeah, I think just this season they're really gonna have to manage his load. Like, there's no way they can, play him 50 games or like
he's not even starting, so I don't think they're even gonna get the chance, which is probably a good thing.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, once he's healthy, like, I think they're, even if it's not back to backs, like, he'll probably end up taking some nights off. But if say they're playing like a bottom feeder team, then like throw in one of your backup goalies. Like, there's no point in like risking him getting injured for games like that.
Yeah, it needs to be more than just the back-to-backs, right? And that's really what they did down like the stretch last year, is that he ended up playing every game that wasn't a back-to-back. And I don't think, I get that they were chasing the sort of the division, right? But, and I mean, they barely won it, but.
Well, yeah, fucking Edmonton went on a roll there, like, later half of the season.
Yep. But I mean, the teams are so good getting into the playoffs now. Like, I don't know that that's so valuable anymore. Like, when you got a team like Nashville, who's really good, coming in as your first round, or whatever. Was it Nashville they played in the first round? Or was that the second round?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they snuck in with the second wild card spot, yeah.
Yeah. I think Nashville's going to be better this year, too, really. I'll be surprised if they're not.
Oh, I think so, too, man. They got Stamkos now. And, like, Forsberg, healthy. He was fucking unreal last year. Like,
and they got someone to play. Oh, who did they get to play with Stamkos? There's somebody that used to play with him in Tampa, I think. They signed someone else.
Did they have Marchessault? Stamkos, Novak? Yeah, Marchessault, but he played for Vegas.
Yeah, but he was in.
Maybe he played for Tampa before, I'm not sure, yeah.
Yeah, I think he did. I think they got him from Tampa.
Yeah, no, like their top two lines are solid for sure. And I mean, like with Roman Yossi on the back end, and fucking Lazon there, just turning
Hitting
people
everything that
into
moves.
fucking
Yeah,
roadkill.
yeah. I hummed and hawed about. It was him or Nurse were the two guys I was looking at, but Nurse just seems
Yeah,
to bring just a little bit more to his game than just the hits.
yeah, for
Not
sure. He's
much, but
I don't know.
a little bit.
He had a bit of
I
a he had a down year last year, and I mean for what his contract is, Nurse is definitely underperforming, but he can turn it around hopefully. I mean, fuck Edmonton, but
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
for your sake.
Speaking of
I real
overpaid defensemen,
what
I think I'm happy that they kept the draft, man. I'm happy the old chaos draft still in Canuck colors, personally.
Dude, honestly, since Rick Tocchet came over, like since the change in management, change in coaching staff, his gameplay has become way more consistent. It's the Tyler Myers I remember seeing when he played for Winnipeg,
Yeah,
right? Like back then, he was just like the big guy with the huge slap shot from the point, and he's like finally getting back to that.
yeah,
So yeah, no, I think Zadorov wanted too much money.
yep.
Tyler Myers was definitely the smarter, and he took a friendly deal too, right? Like I
He
think
did,
he was worth more than what we signed him for. But
especially
yeah,
the way he played last year. He probably could have got a little bit more. I don't think he would have. He might have got a similar deal to what Zadorov got, and I think Boston overpaid for Zadorov. But I think Boston's gonna get. I think Zadorov's a better deal for Boston than. Um,
well, Zadorov's more long term, right? Like
yeah,
Myers, he's 34. He's got maybe a couple more years of being productive, and then yeah, he's gonna be on his way out.
yeah, he'll be either going to Europe or retired.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Yeah,
I like the old draft, man. I think he's got a bad rap for a long time, but I really don't. The team wasn't very good around him either. It's not like who were his pairings. Like,
well, that's the other thing, right? Like, yeah, it's hard to. I mean, yeah, there's a few times where he made some like serious blunders and just coughed up the puck for easy goals for the other team, but
yeah,
that was like 2 seasons ago. Like last season, he was a lot more defensively conscious. He, wasn't pinching as much. He wasn't getting caught up the ice. Like,
well, and he
yeah,
wasn't
I don't know.
playing 25 minutes, 28 minutes a game, right? Like that, I think was a big part of it. I think
Yes,
you get diminishing returns with that guy. I think the less he plays, the better he is in the time that he plays. And
agree. Yeah,
now that you got Hughes and Hronik who can play 28 minutes, they're gonna play 28 minutes, 30 minutes, right? Like that's, unless they're winning, right? Unless they're winning and it's shut down time, then you're gonna see the 2 and 3 pairs, right? You're just gonna see that forest of giants out there. They're just gonna be there shutting down the game for the last half.
hmm
But yeah, I mean, and I get, those are the sort of the that's the issue that people have is that there isn't another puck moving defenseman that, by having Hughes and Hronik playing together, um, you don't have you're not spreading those minutes out, right, with somebody that can move the puck well. But
yeah. No, I agree, but like I mean, they always could. Like that's the thing. They always have the option to split them up if they need to. I mean, if
yeah,
things are working with them paired up, let that gravy train ride. If they're finding like, all right,
I agree.
our bottom six or the bottom four defensive pairs are struggling, then yeah, like obviously help spread that wealth.
Yeah, no, that's exactly where I'm at. Is what, just we've got a gravy train, just ride it. you know,
Yeah,
like they're they're way better together than they are apart. And I understand. Yeah, it would be nice if Hronik could play apart from Hughes, but who cares? I mean, I don't know, man. And it's not like Myers can't move the puck, or Susie for that matter. Both of them can, and both of them got bombs. You know, both of them can shoot pretty damn hard.
oh yeah,
Myers can't
absolutely.
hit the net to save his life. That's his issue, right? Like the amount of times I've seen he's hit shot the puck and bounced it off the glass. It's
Or
frustrating,
our own
but
players.
yeah, well, I mean, no one did it better than Sammy Sallow. Let's be honest.
That's true.
But I'm
Yeah,
happy he's still around.
Yeah, no. I think we got a pretty solid roster, and I mean Edmonton's going to be the team to beat in our division again this year. But
I think
yeah,
Vancouver's the
like you
team to
said,
beat. But that's what I'm saying. But
no, I think the two are pretty equal. I'm not saying that it's like Edmonton's better than us, but I'm saying like between like
yeah,
out of the teams in our division, we're the top two teams.
I think
Because
so.
I mean, like,
Yeah, I mean I think Colorado's still up there, right? I don't think you can really count them out ever.
yeah, but they're in the other division.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking conference.
Yeah, yeah, no, conference wise, yeah, fuck, Dallas is going to be good. Winnipeg's going to be good. Like, I don't think the which teams like the top eight and bottom eight for each conference. I don't think it's going to shift too much. I'd like to see teams like maybe Philly make it into the playoffs over like the Islanders or something like that. New Jersey, fuck, they bombed last year. Like I don't know, I kind of went all out with Heischer and Hughes, but if all those guys can stay healthy, unlike last year, like New Jersey should be a good team. And Markstrom,
Yeah.
I think Markstrom's a better fit there than he was in Calgary. So like, yeah,
Yeah, I just think Markstrom's getting on, right? He's getting up there in age now. I think he's not that can't be that young anymore.
No, oh he's definitely in his early mid 30s now.
Yeah, he's got to be.
Oh yeah, 34. Yeah, no, But I mean, fuck, look at Bobrovsky leading Florida to Stanley Cup. They're at what is he, 37? Like,
Yeah, I mean, heck,
think
Luongo
I think with
had a
goal,
pretty decent swan
Luongo,
song for his career. Those
yeah.
years.
I mean, I feel like with goalies, age isn't necessarily like. I feel like experience. Uh, I mean, like most goalies, they don't get on as in a starter position until they're in their like mid to late 20s, anyways.
Yeah,
Right? Like it seems like one of those positions that just develops way slower than any of the others.
yeah,
Right? Like
and that's where
you can have.
that's where people like they're still unsure about Shelovs, and then that's why there's risk with the Swayman signing, right? Being a guy that young, that much money. I mean, that's what happened with Bennington, right? But I don't even think
Yeah,
Bennington wasn't that young when he came into the league, was he? I think he'd been an AHL goalie for some time.
yeah. I mean, he's just in his early 30s, but
Yeah, but he's only played like 6 years or something, so he probably came in 27,
yeah,
26.
yeah, 25, yeah, somewhere around there.
Or I think Shelovs is like 22 or something, right? Like he's
Yeah,
young.
yeah, he's super young. Yeah, no, should be a solid season. Looking forward to it. Yeah, definitely the opener here against Calgary. I hope we just absolutely demolish them.
Oh, I'm sure we
Shouldn't
will.
be too hard.
It shouldn't be. I mean, I guess we'll see how the team comes out, right? But I think with all this downtime and everything, the bulk of them are healthy, and I'm
Well,
curious
that's exactly it.
when uh, when Demko will draw into the lineup, though. It is a weird one.
Well, it sounds like it's one of those injuries that like will never fully heal. It's just like a matter of making sure that he's healthy enough to return, and then like we were saying, managing his ice time, making sure that we're not overplaying him.
Yeah, that's going to be the biggest thing, I think, is just managing the minutes. And because it's crazy, man. They were talking about bringing him back, right, into the playoffs, and then he's still not, like, I guess he's out there, but he's not practicing with the team, right? So it sounds like he's
Yeah,
close. He's close to returning.
yeah. I figure he'll be a couple months yet. Is my guess. Like he'll be back probably in December. Is what I'm thinking. But I mean, who knows, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, but no, like just kind of back to the team. Like I think we had a really good training camp. You know, lots of lots of guys fighting to get onto the team. Preseason was half decent. Obviously, we're playing a lot of our AHLers there, resting our main guys. But
yeah,
I think in terms of just like a training camp this year compared to others has been like the most solid going into the start of the season. Like the roster is locked in, everybody knows their role. Yeah, I don't know, like not to get my hopes up for the team, but I think they're going in with some forward momentum. Unlike some teams with some fucking bad luck getting some injuries. Patrick Laine getting his kneecap dislocated. Like, yeah,
I'm
like I don't
surprised
know.
they're saying 2 to 3 months for him. Like I thought he was done. Like I thought that's all
Oh,
right. That's surgery. See you next year.
oh yeah, man. That replay looked nasty.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, between him, Doughty, like, I don't know, it seems like there's a bunch of guys getting injured in preseason, which is like, why is this happening? Like, that being said, we're creating some pretty good bad blood, and there's going to be some good series. Like, Ottawa, Montreal is going to be just ruthless all season at this point.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Canucks, they really only have Edmonton right now. Like, I don't know, maybe Vegas, but it's really Edmonton's the team, right? Like, they clearly don't like each other.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And like even like that last preseason game here,
Fucking
I was
man.
loving watching
Fucking
seeing
nurse.
DRNA just getting in the face of all of his old teammates there. Switched colors.
Yep. Yep. JT Miller's an asshole, but he's your asshole now.
Yeah, love him.
No, I think I think that was a good move. I'm surprised to see Darren A make such a close move, but I'm happy to have him.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, like I was surprised Edmonton did that, but I mean they got some big contracts there that they're paying for with Nurse and Ekholm and Bouchard there. So
Well,
yeah, I
they
think
just had to
they
re-sign
obviously couldn't.
Draisaitl as well, right? And I think now they've got to do McDavid next.
Yes, and I mean, if what did Draisaitl sign for there? Was he 13 mil a year or something?
I thought I saw something like I think it was league max or close to it, right? Like
Yeah, so I mean, like, yeah, obviously McDavid's going to be setting the next bar there. Like, if he's getting 13 plus, McDavid's going to be asking
14.
for close to 14, or if not more.
It's 14 by 8.
Oh shit! Yeah, there you go. So yeah, McDavid will be asking for 14 and a half, 15, like
$112 million. Jesus Christ.
right, which is still peanuts compared to other professional sports leagues.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's crazy money. I mean, I think there's kind of switching back to just the general league and fantasy, but like I feel like there's going to be a lot of players that are going to have some bounce back years. Like I feel like Jeff Skinner, the move for him to Edmonton is going to prove very fruitful. I definitely was like eyeing him in the draft there. I was hoping to pick him up late, but I think Nick got him. But yeah, there's going to be a few guys here that are going to have some bounce back years. Like I kind of banked on that with Svechnikov. Like he was injured a lot of last year with Carolina, but when he did play, he was running around hammering people, putting up points. So hopefully he can carry that momentum into the new season here.
Yeah. Do you think Hughes can get to 100? Do you think he can do it?
Absolutely. Not a doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he can do it. Like, I mean, what was he at last year? 90, 92?
92, something. Yeah, I think that's, yeah.
Yeah, I think he can hit it for sure. Now that, because like I think the thing that hindered him last year is like most of his points were coming from the power play, or when he was paired up with Miller's line. Because I mean, yeah, PD put up some good points, but I don't have the numbers in front of me. I don't think a lot of them were 5-on-5. Like, I mean, sure, he got some 5-on-5 points, but he had a good bulk of them came from the man advantage. So now if Pettersson's line can actually produce more 5-on-5, then Hughes has got, I can almost guarantee he'll break 100.
So looking at Hughes, he had 38 on the power play. Power play points, he's 38 out of his 92.
Okay, so not as much. Never mind. No. But yeah, I don't know. I still think like PD's going to push 100 this year. I think Miller's might take a little bit of a step back, but
hard to say, man. Hard to say with Miller. I thought he was going to take a step back after hitting 99, and I was wrong.
After his 99, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's an exciting time to be a Canucks fan. Finally, again.
It really is.
After the dark ages from fucking 2012 to 2022, like a decade of sadness, and
just
now
brutal.
we got something to be excited about.
Yeah, something more than just a big Russian defenseman that didn't want to play for the team. Like there were some bad years there, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people asking for trades out. Like, I mean,
yeah,
we're looking like Calgary is now.
Yeah, I think Calgary just needs to embrace being bad for a little bit, and I think moving Markstrom was a good start.
Yeah, there's like all the other guys there. Like I know Toffoli wanted out, and like it seemed like there was a lot of players that were not keen on sticking around.
Yeah.
But that's not our problem.
No, thankfully not. No, we brought in some new management, and they clearly seem to have a plan, like a legitimate plan, and they seem to know how to execute it, It's
Yeah, I mean, Rick Tocchet won the Adams Award there for a reason last year, right? I mean, I don't know if any coach has ever done it 2 years in a row, but fuck, if it's anyone, I think it could be him.
I don't think they do, man. Because it's you get it. Because what happens
It's
anytime I've ever seen
most improved.
yeah, that's what it always ends up being, right? Is when a coach comes in and then the team goes from shit to being really good in a season, from one season to the next. That usually gets you the Jack Adams. For him to win it for a second year, they'd have to be lights out. They'd have to hit like 60 wins or something crazy, right? Like they'd have to be just. I mean, dare to dream. I'm here for it. But
I'll take a shot to that at least.
Yeah, cheers to that. But I think that's what it would take, man. You'd have to hit 60, 65 wins or something just ridiculous for him to be considered a second year in a row.
Yeah, no, fair enough. But
because there's going to be a team like Jersey or something that comes out of there, right, and is going to exceed whatever they did last year. Toronto's got a new coach, but they've never really been bad.
Yeah, I haven't really been following. I don't know if they've made too much for changes. Like, I think other than seems like Tavares has sort of fallen out of grace. Obviously, changing captaincy there doesn't really look like there's too much different about that team.
No, just the coaching staff, really. I don't think they made really much of anything for moves.
No.
They re-signed Nylander, I think, right? Which, good move. I like Nylander. I think he's of anybody on that team, he's the guy I'd take. When they're talking about something's got to happen to these guys, Nylander's the guy I would take every day of the week.
Well, it seems like come playoffs, fucking Marner and Matthews just sort of disappeared.
Yeah, I think Matthews did a better job last year of actually playing the games, but yeah, for the most part, him and when the game gets tough, they don't get tougher. That's what I see out of them. But when I see Nylander out there, he's like a man on an island sometimes, though, right? Like he's every time he's out there, he forces the puck, he forces the play going the other way, but he's got no support. He's got nothing with him. Nobody else seems to be there. So.
Yeah. No, and then they picked up old man Patch already there, which, I doubt he's going to stay healthy all year. So, I don't know, maybe he'll contribute.
They picked up OEL, man, and he's just coming off a cup. The Canucks paid for it.
Yeah.
I'm
If he wins another one, I'll.
I'm happy. I was happy, honestly. I was cheering for Florida because of Luongo, right? But man. Seeing OEL out there and knowing that he wins it, and after we bought him out to get rid of him because he was garbage, it's the way she goes, right? Like, what do you do?
It's tough, but again, that just shows that you can have like a guy that on paper should be pretty good, just didn't work with our system, didn't click, go somewhere else, and hey, has a bounce back season. So I mean, good on him. I can't be mad at him. I mean, I can, but I won't be.
No. I mean, honestly, he seems like a great guy and everything too, right? So no harm there. But I mean, same sort of thing happened with Kuz, right? And he went over to Calgary, started lighting it up for Calgary because it was a system without a system, or a team without a system, right? And he can just do what he wants and just play and shoot the puck and have fun and eat bananas and drink Coke and
live his best life.
Yeah, I mean, the guy was a walk-in clip magnet, right? Like he was just everything he did was hilarious, but clearly he couldn't play defense to save his life, right? He didn't know how to back check, and he just. The more that they got on into the structured system, it just didn't work for him.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, he just wants to go up there and cherry pick and get the puck and put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, which is all well and good, but there is more to the game.
Well, yeah, it's a 200-foot game. It's not
50.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what are your thoughts with old Edler, old man Edler coming back and getting retired at Canuck?
I love that. I love that. I mean, Ether was always one of my favorite defensemen. Growing up playing for us. So
Right.
yeah, I'm very pleased. Like he's gonna get in the Ring of Honor. I don't
That's
know if they'll retire his number, but
it's gonna be my next question. Yeah, I don't think you retire the number. I don't think. I mean, it, he's probably gonna get passed by Hughes this year for the points or whatever, right? Like,
oh yeah, no, Hughes is in the league of his own for sure. Like in terms, like we've never had a defenseman like Hughes, but yeah, like Edler, Ham, Hughes, Oland, those are kind of like the OGs growing up for me at least.
yeah, for me, I think it started with Jovanovski, and then it was Olin,
Oh yeah,
and then
yeah. Joe, forgot about Joe Bocock.
yeah. Prior to that, like I remember the '94 team, but I was pretty young. You know, I remember listening to the games on the radio and stuff, but beyond some of the iconic moments, it's pretty young in the memory bank.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, fuck, I would have been 5 years old, so don't really recall too much of that. But
Well, like I said, I was listening to it on the radio. It tells you tells you a thing about that.
yeah, right. That ages it right there.
Yeah, yeah, but nah, I'm pretty stoked, man. I think it's gonna be a good year. I think it'll be interesting to see how they come out of the gate. You know, I think they got what a cup, 2 home games, and then they're off on the road. They're down to Florida and out on the East Coast for a little bit. So see how they handle
Yeah,
that.
no,
I'm trying.
no,
to...
I think
Sorry, go ahead.
no. I was just gonna chime in and just say, yeah, like as long as we can keep healthy and keep working the system that seemed to work last year, then yeah, like I don't see how we won't have a repeat performance from last year. Like the only thing that I'd love to see improve from last year still was our power play. Like I thought our power play it got better, but then like as the season progressed, like teams started to figure it out and just wasn't as effective. So
Yeah.
if we can find some way to keep it fresh and keep the other teams guessing, then I think we'll have more success. And I mean, our penalty kill kind of marginally increased there. Well, it was definitely not as bad as the previous year, but yeah, I think yeah. So now we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who it is. I think it's Danton Heinen that might be getting onto Power Play 1.
Is it Heinen?
Yeah, because he's a right wing. Because I think he shoots right.
I thought it was DeBrusque.
No, he shoots left as well. They both shoot left. Weird, because I remember. I think it was Miller. He was talking in an interview.
Yeah, buddy, we can.
He was talking in an interview and talking about the guy having a right-handed shot, and so it made it for a better fit him being in the bumper there, like when Horvat was there. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was one of the two. I thought, but information I'm seeing says they both shoot left. So I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, you got paint on your hands. Good job, bud. Yeah, I think DeBrusque, just for the price they paid, he's gonna.
Or maybe it's Sprong.
Should be. Yeah. I'm gonna have to wrap this up pretty quick here. Gotta start making.
Yeah, maybe it's Daniel Sprong. I'm not certain, but yeah, we'll see. I think they got more tools. They have more tools this year.
100%. They can pull guys in and out. Like I think just for the price they paid for DeBrusque, he's obviously gonna play on that power play 1 with Millsy, Besser, Petey, and Hughes. But yeah, I don't know. That's just my thought.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I think it might be Sprong though because he's a right-handed shot. It might be, but yeah, I mean I'm not opposed to any of them, right? I think DeBrusque's probably the best overall player, but if it's a positional thing or a handing thing, then maybe we'll see. But Either way, I think all three of those guys are probably going to have some really good years this year.
Yeah, agreed, man. Anyways, I gotta wrap things up. I got some hungry kids and
Yep.
kitchen full of groceries to put away. So
All right.
yeah, that was fun, dude. Hopefully we can we'll do this again soon.
Yeah. Yeah, you bet. On to number 2, and we'll try to get something figured out for the intro and everything. Maybe get some music or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out.